So recently, Serena Williams has altered her look as far as her face goes, to say the least. And people have taken notice. And some women have even gone to the extent of blaming black men for Serena choosing to make this facial reconstruction. Let's go to O'Shea Duke Jackson for the video.
The show today is black by popular demand.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
Be yourself, own who you are, and just black is popular, and it's culture, and it's changing culture, and it's been changing culture for decades.
It's crazy how she starts the sentence off by saying "be yourself," but like so many women of today, she's chosen to change her face and then put the makeup on top of it with the wigs and I'm not getting down on y'all about that, but I'm just saying it's funny that she says be yourself and then show you that. But then also how she says black is popular and it's been changing culture and it's been changing culture for decades, but yet she chooses to move away from her own blackness by, going with a lighter skin tone or, and then the blonde hair as well too, as well as marrying a white man. But let's move on to what O'Shea Duke Jackson had to say about it.
Okay, so Serena Williams used to look like that before. She completely looks like this now. All right, I think she looks way better before. So let me kind of talk about what this lady Lucky says, and she's gonna blame black men. Y'all bullied this woman relentlessly for years on end. I fully support anything she's done to make herself feel pretty, whether the public likes it or not. You all have been the most nasty, vile, disrespectful, and dehumanizing MFs when it comes to her and her black features.
So listen, the young lady, she made a point we might not agree with, but it's a point nonetheless. But would she make the same point when it comes to like a Michael Jackson? Because we seen Mike change from a black person to a white person. But I don't think nobody laid the blame of that at the foot of black people. You understand what I'm saying? It was something internally Mike was dealing with. But the thing that I would disagree with her on is why does she pointing towards black men as the fault of what Serena did to her face? I would argue that it's been the white media who has been very slick and very undercutting and very vindictive and evil in the way that they address our sister Serena, the certain keywords that they use, the certain ways that they draw her in cartoons that would accentuate and make her the butt of the joke, right? It's these white folks who keep describing her and looking at her in a certain way. But I would argue it's been the black men that have coveted our sister ever since she came into the game. We always coveted that thickness, them hips, tips, lips, and all of that. You dig what I'm saying? We always was like, oh, she thick as rich, and we love her, and this, that, and other. I mean, it was the white folks who was like, that's a little bit too much booty for me, right? We never had a problem with them cheeks. We welcomed them. She done dated Drake and football players, Common. You know what I'm saying? She's been coveted by black men, and we've always praised her. But we know that life is life. You're not going to be praised without being made fun of. It's a part of life. It's what happens. And I'm just saying, I would argue that black folk have propped her up more than this lady would like to give credit for. But I also want to say, like, Serena ain't going through nothing any different than all of us have. We've all been made fun of in our own ways. Now, I understand she's a celebrity and she's a huge attraction of people saying stuff about her, much more than the regular person. But I will say this, that's the price of greatness. We've seen everybody recently going at Shannon Sharp. They wasn't going at him when he was on Undisputed with Skip, but he was on the rise. But as soon as that Cat Williams thing, it was like everybody wants to go at Shannon Sharp. But it's the price of greatness that Serena has faced most of her career, because her being so great, it's attracted people going at her. And yes, we're gonna make fun black folk and white folk. It's just it's the nature of the beast. You're at the top, we're gonna poke fun at you. And Serena, I hate to be the throwing a joke in right now, but come on, you just seen the picture of her. She like this. She walking around like this. Anytime you can come home and push your boyfriend upside the head, like, look, I'm gonna call the people on you. Don't push me like that again. You gonna crack jokes over that, and we should be able to crack jokes and laugh about it. But I do understand her point of view of having to deal with it. But what we got to get to right there is that is the issue as well. She has a problem dealing with her self-esteem. And this is the reason that she chose to change her face and lighten her skin. And this is the reason that a lot of our women choose to cake on the makeup, to put on the eyelashes, to put on these wigs, to get BBLs, to get the fake breasts. This is the reason that y'all keep going to the doctor, getting your lips done, all these surgeries, your cheeks moving and all this stuff. You are not happy with yourselves, and you cannot tell me that black men are the ones, or even men are the ones orchestrating this. We are not telling y'all to go and get these surgeries. A lot of times, these surgeries, you come out looking crazy, and we didn't like it in the first place. We looking at you like this ain't what we wanted in the first place. But it's something in her that she hasn't settled with, where she thinks she got to keep cut. She got to do something. And what I'm wondering is, why are y'all not placing no blame on the white man? Because I said before, black men seem to have been propping her up since the start of her career. But now that she's married this white man, she wasn't getting no surgeries before. She ain't do no facial surgeries before. But now she with this white man. She married this dude. Why does she still feel like she should be happy now, right? She married to this guy. They got a child together. Who is she changing her face for? You figured if she was doing anything aesthetically, it would be for him. And that very well might be the case. She ain't did it until now. It's either that or it's self-esteem issues. She's dealing with something within herself that she haven't found a way to fix yet. But I asked the question, why would this young lady say that it's the fault of black men? Why wouldn't she look at her her partner that Serena's with right now? Could it have anything to do with that? Because Serena's bought into the fact that white is right. She's with a white partner. She's changing her facial features to look more white. She is changing her skin tone to look more white. She's wearing a blonde wig. Listen, I'm not mad that black folk do this, because the science behind how they have brainwashed us into believing these things is incredible. It works. That's why you can see us changing our features to match that which they think is more desirable. And this is why I still lay some fault at the feet of us black men, because we can't preach one game, be like, oh, black this, black that, and black power, brother, and this, that, and other, and then go get a white woman or the closest thing to a white woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because what then do you tell your daughter? Because I'm all about preferences. You can have a preference. You can like white women. You can like Brazilian women. You can like Asian women. You can like light women. You can like dark women. Whatever you like. That's fine. I'm not mad at you. But I find it important that if I'm black, I should find me a black woman. And every other race finds this important as well. That's why you see Indian people with Indian people, Arab people with Arab people, like for the most part. Like this is not something that's uncommon, you know? I find that more important than I used to. I used to think, oh, love is love and this, that. But, you know, it's just like we can't talk a good game, but then talk about black empowerment and all this. And then at the end of the day, we not with a black woman. That, you know, that don't match to me. And it also means something when you have a daughter. If you got a daughter that's chocolate, little chocolate pretty daughter, but then your preference is all outside of that, what are you saying to your daughter? She's gonna feel some type of way because she's like, what? Like, why don't nobody want me? My daddy don't even want my type of skin color. So it says something through your actions. But we got to keep it a buck. Serena and a lot of our women are dealing with their own issues, which make them want to compete with other women, and they want to do all these things to their body to make them feel better about each other. And they do these things and they still don't feel better about themselves. And that's something that y'all have to deal with. We can't fix that. That's a you issue. But I'm sharing the blame here. I'm trying to be fair, you know. But we gotta admit, you can't watch it like ladies, you cannot watch a woman do all these alterations to her body because y'all are notorious for this, ladies. Y'all cover you come out in full costume and then claim that you're real and say you want a real man and it don't match. Because you in a full costume. And until you learn how to take that costume off and let a man just even see you for real, like that's self-esteem. And a man can't fix that. You know? You gotta be willing to fix that. But this is your boy P Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.